Coffee is one of the most widely consumed beverages in the world. From 2020 to 2021, around 166.63 million 60-kilogram bags of coffee were consumed worldwide, a slight increase from 164 million bags in the previous year. Coffee may already be a big part of your mornings, but did you know that there's been a lot of new research highlighting its health benefits? For some people, it's the single largest source of antioxidants in the diet, outranking both fruits and vegetables combined. Let us discuss a few tips to turn your coffee from healthy to super healthy. 1. No caffeine after Duba a.m. Coffee is one of the richest natural sources of caffeine in our diet. Caffeine is a stimulant, which is one of the main reasons coffee is so popular. It provides energy and helps you stay awake when you feel tired. But if you drink coffee late in the day, it can interfere with your sleep. Poor sleep is associated with all sorts of health problems. For this reason, it's important not to drink coffee late in the day. According to research, you should avoid consuming caffeine from around 2 p.m. or at least 7 hours before bed, as it can otherwise negatively affect your sleep. One study, published in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine, found that consuming caffeine 6 hours before bed still impacted sleep, even if participants no longer felt the effects of the caffeine. Although study participants were able to fall asleep without a problem, sleep trackers revealed that caffeine consumed right before bed, 3 hours before bed, and up to 6 hours before bed all resulted in disruptive effects on sleep. Nevertheless, if you feel like you could improve your sleep, avoiding coffee late in the day could be an effective strategy. 2. Avoid adding sugar or artificial sweeteners. Almost everyone likes a sugary snack, but if you often have foods and drinks with lots of added sugar, the empty calories can add up. Added sugar can play a part in weight gain. It also may raise your risk of serious health problems, such as diabetes and heart disease. Though these additives are great for customizing this drink to our tastes, they can work against us when trying to adopt a healthy diet. But by developing a taste for unaltered coffee, you can greatly reduce the amount of fat and sugar you consume during your day and live healthier overall. One of the most effective ways to cut back on cream and sugar is to lower their quantities over time. Try slowly reducing your cream and sugar each day to allow yourself time to adjust to the new flavors. You can also switch to a different type of coffee bean that provides sweeter flavors naturally. 3. Opt for a quality brand, preferably organic. The quality of coffee can vary greatly depending on the processing method and how the coffee beans are grown. Depending on the supplier, your beans may have grown with the aid of strong pesticides. Coffee beans tend to be sprayed with synthetic pesticides and other chemicals that were never intended for human consumption. While these chemicals help keep harmful insects away from the crops, they can also carry over into your coffee and affect your health. However, the health effects of pesticides in food are controversial. There is currently limited evidence that they cause harm when found at low levels in produce. Nevertheless, if you are worried about the pesticide content of your coffee, consider buying organic coffee beans. They should contain much lower amounts of synthetic pesticides. 4. Avoid drinking too much. Above all, though, you must break your habit of drinking several cups of coffee throughout the day. Coffee has several benefits for the body, but when you drink too much of it, it can diminish these effects. This is especially the case if you have a sensitivity to it. Like with any type of food or drink, moderation is the key to healthy levels of consumption. Otherwise, you risk developing adverse side effects and allergies. For this reason, consider limiting yourself to just a few cups a day. It's also important that you retrain yourself from drinking coffee in the late afternoon to evening hours, as this can also start to impact your sleep cycle. 5. Drink a glass of water first. Research has shown that although caffeine is a diuretic, this means that it triggers fluid loss. Your body can adjust to a consistent intake of caffeine, which negates the dehydrating effect. However, many people who start the day with coffee find that they don't drink enough plain water by the end of the day. Water does so much for our general wellness and ensures our metabolism is running on all cylinders. When we drink coffee, it tends to raise our cortisol levels, which helps us feel alert and awake, but also sometimes stressed and anxious. Cortisol levels are the highest already in the morning, so we can rely on our bodies to fuel us for that little bit of time it takes to drink a couple of cups of water before hitting the coffee pot. 6. Avoid drinking coffee on an empty stomach. Drinking coffee on an empty stomach is an unhealthy habit that can lead to various health risks. Coffee can take a serious toll on your digestive system. All that Java will jumpstart the stomach's production of acid. And if you have not already eaten at least something, the acid could damage your stomach's lining and cause indigestion and heartburn. Tea contains compounds called tannins, which can irritate the digestive system and cause gas and bloating in some people, especially if consumed in large amounts. This goes for decaffeinated coffee too. Another reason not to drink coffee first thing in the morning has to do with our internal clock, known as the circadian rhythm. It's responsible for the release of the hormone called cortisol, which is released under stress but also affects your energy levels. Luckily, you can prevent these potential risks by making sure to eat breakfast before enjoying your morning coffee. 7. Avoid low-fat and artificial creamers. When it comes to finding a nutritious coffee creamer, it's important to consider the product's sugar content. Commercial low-fat and artificial creamers tend to be highly processed and may contain questionable ingredients. However, there is not much research on the health effects of non-dairy coffee creamers. Their contents vary by brand, and some may be healthier than others. Coffee itself is full of health-boosting chemicals and qualities, but what you pour into it can quickly cancel out these helpers. Instead of a non-dairy creamer, consider adding some full-fat cream to your coffee, preferably from grass-fed cows. Studies show that milk products contain some important nutrients. For example, dairy is an excellent calcium source and may reduce the risk of osteoporosis and bone fractures, according to experts. Additionally, grass-fed cow's milk contains some vitamin K, which is also linked to improved bone health. 8. Add some cocoa to your coffee. Cocoa is loaded with antioxidants and associated with all sorts of health benefits, including a reduced risk of heart disease. Adding cocoa powder to your regular coffee can result in a rich drink. The reason for this is that cocoa powder enhances the flavor of the drink without losing your coffee's unique flavor notes. Recent research suggests that people consuming this flavorful combination improve their performance on certain cognitive tasks. 9. Swap your mug out. Mugs are an essential part of everyone's coffee routine. Beyond holding your morning cup, they're often attached to powerful memories. A 2014 study for flavor found that the color of your coffee mug can influence how sweet or bitter you perceive a cup of coffee to be. Although not definitive, the study found when drinking from a white mug, subjects perceived coffee to be more intense than when drinking from a transparent mug. Of course, more research is needed here, so take this study with a grain of salt, but it may be worth swapping out your white mug for a transparent one to make your coffee taste less bitter and therefore reduce the amount of sugar you add to it. 10. Brew your coffee using a paper filter. The healthiness of a cup of coffee is determined by how it is filtered. The chemicals caffeine and coeol are removed from coffee by filtering it through paper. To elevate cholesterol levels in the body, these chemicals are effective. So instead of using reusable coffee filters, you may use recyclable paper filters. Paper filters can help reduce the amount of oils and coffee grounds that end up in your cup by acting as an additional barrier between your coffee and the metal mesh of the reusable filter one. This means your coffee will look and taste cleaner, brighter, and sweeter than coffee brewed with a metal filter. Paper filters can also prevent microfines from settling at the bottom of your cup, which can make your last sip unpleasant. 11. Add some cinnamon to your coffee. Cinnamon has been shown to contain large amounts of polyphenol antioxidants. Antioxidants help protect your cells by absorbing damaging free radical compounds. These are a byproduct of metabolism, and if they build up in your system, over time they can have quite devastating effects on your health, leading to all manner of inflammatory diseases and even cancer. Cinnamon is truly an amazing spice as it is both healthy and great tasting. Studies show that cinnamon can lower blood glucose, cholesterol, and diabetics. If you need some flavor, try adding a dash of cinnamon to your coffee. Making coffee at home is the best way to ensure you know exactly what's going into it. But if you're ordering at a coffee shop, make your choice simple. Most importantly, avoid loading your coffee with added sugar. Also, consider abstaining from coffee in the late afternoon and evening, as it may impair the quality of your sleep. By following the tips above, you can make your cup of coffee even healthier. If there are other tips to make your coffee healthy that we failed to mention, Please let us know in the comments section, and if you like this video, please subscribe and like our channel for more videos like this. Better still, you can indicate to us the topic of the next video you would like to watch.